Nick, tell us a bit more then about who in the AfD intelligence services are trying to monitor here.
Well, as we just heard in the report, they're able to tap the phones of party members, but it's only going to be rank and file. It won't be sitting parliamentarians in the Bundestag or in the 16 regional parliaments in which the AfD is represented. The Office for the Protection of the Constitution, as it is called, will also be able to look into party financing to see if there is anything wrong there. Just to give you an idea of what really sets off the alarm bells here, cast your mind back to November. You may remember people tried to storm the Reichstag here, and on that very day, there were members of the alternative.
All right, my apologies there.
Measures taken by the federal government, and these guests of the AfD were heckling other members of parliament, causing some of them to say this is an assault on democracy. And, months later, when the Capitol was stormed in Washington, D.C., people were making the comparison. How did the AfD allow this to happen? The leader at the time, Alexander Gauland, apologized, said this shouldn't have happened. However, he's also famous for having said the 13 years of the Nazi era in Germany are, forgive me, just a speck of bird poo in German history. So that is really what has caused the concern of the Office for the Protection of the Constitution, whose job it is to guarantee democracy and prevent anything like that wartime era dictatorship from coming into reality again.
Nick, I'm pleased you're still with us. It looked like for a moment that we lost you there. Apologies to our viewers for some of our connection problems we were experiencing. But as you are still with us, as you said, this is the first time since the Nazi era that an intelligence inquiry like this has been opened in Germany. How is the AfD and how are German people more broadly reacting to this news?
Well, the reaction from there's no surprise coming from the party officials. Alexander Gauland, the man I was just talking about earlier, said this is the first step to dissolving the party. Another co-chair said that this was outrageous and that what the Office to Protect the Constitution had leaked the report. That's because it's actually being sued by the Alternative for Germany so that it doesn't actually publicize its work. So the office is in a bit of a catch-22. The story is out now, and we know that it's going on. So outrage from the party faithful. If you talk, for instance, to the head of the Jewish Council in France, in Germany, he says this is a timely thing, this is a good thing, this is a right thing. The party represents an attack on democracy. We need this to actually happen. The story we were just listening to earlier talked about a drop in opinion polls, and it needs to be said the party, and I remember its founding, I was there at it in 2013, first an anti-Euro party during the sovereign debt crisis, then an anti-immigrant crisis party. From 2015 to 2016, and now it's sort of an anti-vaccination, anti-coronavirus. So it's a party of political opportunity, a protest party. How people will react to it, voters in the September election and the 6 upcoming regional elections, really depends on how they feel about voting for a party that is considered a threat to democracy by the official body, whose job it is to determine this. And the speculation is some civil servants might feel fearful for their careers if they're known to be voting for them, and it's just regular voters might feel, well, this is a step too far. I might like to send a message and be a protest voter, but I can't do this anymore. Some political analysts, however, are saying that people who really do want to send a message might see this being a pariah party, an even bigger motivation to cast their ballots for the Alternative for Germany. So we'll just have to wait till September and those regional elections to know how people actually react.
Nick Spicer in Berlin, thank you very much indeed.